Hello there, my Gemini collective. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Oh my goodness, Geminis. Someone's hands are tied when it comes to you. That's what makes the difference on something. I don't know if you're going through something on a religious level here, Geminis. But damn. The complexity with you, Geminis. Is you a good witch or just a bad bitch? What's the vibe with you? That's Todrick Hall, by the way. So, damn Geminis. Take what's yours, leave what's not. The complexity is there. But it's how complex are you? What's the seriousness when it comes to things with you, Geminis? Take what's yours, leave what's not. Definitely make that birthday wish count. So what's up here, Geminis? Empress energy, there's the Fool vibes. There's the World vibes. There's the Chariot vibes. There's the King of Swords vibes. And there's the Eight of Wands. You got someone around you that is definitely watching over. Very interesting energy here. This is that vibe if someone's watching you, someone's watching them watching you. That should not be that dramatic. A lot of you, relationships or partnerships. So who's cross-watching who? What's that energy even all about? You got the Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So there's a lot of things that aren't working out the way they were kind of supposed to. And it's very interesting with you, Geminis. If you play in that sort of stuck, stagnant energy, it's staying stuck in that stuck, stagnant energy. Very intellectual vibes when it comes to you too, Geminis. So those of you that's trusting your instincts and trusting your intuition, this does not need to be romantic. For most of you Geminis, I don't feel that it is. And if it is a romantic relationship or partnership, it's a karmic relationship or partnership. So probably wasn't a lot of resolution. Some of you, the resolution isn't really supposed to be there. Forgiveness is for you and then you move the fuck on. Whatever this vibe is, it's like that stuck, stagnant energy. Definitely watch your favorite astrologer. I definitely feel like astrology is favoring Geminis right now. And that's going to be different depending upon your rising, your moon, and your Venus. So take what's yours, leave what's not. Those of you that switch to Vedic, or those of you that pay attention to both your Western and your Vedic, whatever you're going through, you had the Hierophant there. So if you're going through something on a spiritual or a philosophical level with you, Geminis, it's all about the intellectual way you're approaching things, how you're looking at things, Geminis. Definitely can't stress it enough. Some of you all listen to some good TED Talks. Some of you read good books or listen to good books on tape. The energy is good for you, but it's not going to be everyone's vibe. It's not, because it can't be. You naturally have a duality about you, Geminis. So depending upon your rising, your moon, and your Venus, that's going to affect like the sort of double vibes on you. Those of you Geminis with double Gemini placements, right? Basis here is the Three of Cups. There's the Ace of Wands. There's the Five of Wands. And there's the Knight of Swords. Geminis, a lot of you, there's a lot of that, it's like sandcastles energy with you, Geminis. Sandcastles, ice castles. You know what that feels like? There is a castle on a cloud. I like to go there in my sleep. Ooh. Five of Wands there with that Knight of Swords. There's a lot of conflict energy. Gemini, some of you, I feel like there's a secondary energy that's out there working on your behalf that you don't understand, you don't see, you're not supposed to. It keeps you out of this sort of conflict energy. This almost acts like a camouflage when it comes to you. Definitely feel like when it comes to anyone trying to cross-watch your readings or figure out what this sort of vibe is with you, Geminis. But it's the complexity of something, how complex you are. I definitely feel like your astrology is kind of blessing you too. In a very unique way, Geminis. However you philosophize it, whatever your sort of belief, stay focused on that, because I definitely feel like it works. Geminis, I definitely feel like some of you are going to be in a relationship or partnership where religion is going to be a factor. Whether that's your religious beliefs or a relationship or partnership wanting to come into your life. I definitely don't think you're going to be single for long. Some of you Geminis right now could be in a relationship by the end of the day if you wanted to. Even you know that. But you're not really focused on that. Bottom of the deck there, you have the Three of Swords, and there's the Six of Wands. There's always this sort of bitterness or bittersweet vibes with you, Geminis. I don't know if the bittersweet is on your part or the bittersweet is on those that missed out on an opportunity with you. I think you brought a lot of focus and interesting sort of vibes to a situation. And that really switches everything up when you're not putting that time, energy, and attention into something. Those of you Geminis that have kind of switched up your thinking. So things are different now. The way you look at things, they are different now. Some of you have kind of switched interests from what used to be like a focus for you. You pulled your energy back on something else. So trust where you're being guided. Geminis, if you're not taking classes or challenging yourself in some way, shape, or form, I feel like you need to. This could be learning some philosophy or just looking at things from a different sort of angle. It's a very good architectural vibe when it comes to this too, Gemini. So those of you who are really good at building or establishing strong foundations and moving forward. It's a very good creative vibe with you as well. My creative Geminis, this is working from the fundamentals to build and create. A lot of growth with you. But it's going to be different for all of you. So if it's simple, it's simple. If it's complex with you, Geminis, it's complex. You kind of choose the level here. You choose the amount of time, energy, and attention you're putting forth on something. I do feel like you have an ally. You have like someone working on your behalf. This feels like a very good sort of protective energy, Geminis, or just that sort of balance wanting to come in. There's almost a stoic energy when it comes to this too, Geminis. And for some of you, the fact that you are more focused on you, some of you, you're not being as Gemini as you normally are. And that's what makes the difference. So this isn't like an everyday type vibe. So it's the complexity, which is you, Geminis. Five of Pentacles there with the King of Cups. Some of you could definitely be dealing with a water sign that knows they missed out on an opportunity. But some of you, this could have been some sort of spiritual vibe with that. You notice the stigmata energy there, Geminis? So I don't know if you're the one that's going through this sort of religious epiphany or religious sort of awakening or whatever the fuck you want to call this. But maybe someone that has feelings for you, that's like something that they can't get over or they can't deal with. So it's not like, that's not your problem. So some of you, those relationships or partnerships that aren't happening are happening because it really wouldn't be that good a thing for you. Or you would be dealing with somebody who had way too many issues to even build or grow. So it's important for you to move on. Who is the Capricorn that influenced you? This is like a really good coach, a really good teacher. This is when you're actually focused on something. This is when you're doing the work. Capricorn energy is basically, it's kind of like a regimented vibe. This is when you start a diet or you start, you're trying to break old habits and establishing new habits. It's being very conscientious in the choices that you're making as well. Codependency is everywhere. Relationships or partnerships, there's always a little bit of codependency built into it. Codependency isn't the negative side. It's how much codependency is there. Gemini, some of you definitely could be dealing with somebody who their religious guilt, a lot of you, I feel like there's a lot of religious guilt coming into play for a lot of people. So whether that's religion or a philosophy on something, or people just staying stuck or stagnant, not being able to move forward. But it's a lot of you, it's to your benefit, it's to your betterment. Those relationships or partnerships not meant to come forward. Especially those of you Geminis that tend to trauma bond. Oh, Lord have mercy, Geminis. Take what's yours, leave what's not. This is a non-messy vibe, Geminis. That's what makes the difference with you. Also, the seriousness with your relationships or partnerships. Those of you Geminis who have turned down a wedding invitation or a wedding offer, or you actually had that conversation with somebody, like the seriousness of it, like a really close connection, a really good partnership with somebody. And you've actually had that conversation and you kind of went your separate ways and did your own thing because you weren't on the same sort of page as somebody when it comes to a relationship or partnership. That's the seriousness of this. Some kind of skirt around the issue or want to dance around the topic. Others of you that had that conversation that knows what it is that you are interested in. You got to know what it is that you want in order to attract it. You got to know what it is you're looking for before you start trying to build that foundation. An architect usually does the plans first, and then from there, you figure out how you're going to build and create everything. So if you want to call in relationships or partnerships that are based more on a long-term relationship or partnership, right from the beginning, you're looking at it differently. Who you choose to date is going to be different. That's the seriousness to this, Geminis. Some of you, this is probably the most serious you've been in a while. Because you actually you're making choices there with that Capricorn energy. Capricorn's like a really good teacher, a really good guide, a really good problem-solving type energy there, Geminis. I don't know that you're really going through something on a religious level, but Gemini, some of you could be dealing with somebody who really is. Or if this doesn't have anything to do with religion, this could definitely have everything to do with the ring vibe. So, and that's dependent upon what that means to you, Geminis. Take what's yours and leave what's not. The resolution here is the choices that you make. So some of you Geminis are realizing that. There's no like what's the word here? You're free to choose. So yeah, make those birthday wishes count. Achieve those dreams and goals. My oh my though, Geminis. I definitely feel the King of Swords is like a secondary vibe with you, Geminis. I like this for you. Who or what is this King of Swords with regard to Geminis? Who or what is this King of Swords with regard to Geminis? Geminis, if you're not living your life out loud, if those of you, you're busy working and whatever you do, there's that sort of energy of you got to focus on that. That makes a difference. Some of you Geminis, the Capricorn energy is, you could be under an NDA. Whatever it is you're doing, you can't really talk on it or work on it or speak on it. So a lot of that is just sort of the way it is. This is good upgraded energy too, Geminis. So it's as complex or as simple. It's all in the vibe that you sort of encompass. The King of Swords energy is the one that is focusing on this tower vibe with you. over that is the Seven of Pentacles energy. It's definitely a good fertile vibe with you, Geminis. Oh, and there's the Nine of Wands. Gemini, some of you were dealing with people who really weren't the best for you, and you're going to realize that. Some of you already had those conversations, Geminis. If you're dating, you're happily dating. Those of you that got out of relationships or partnerships because someone was focused on what was actually important to them. So the type of relationships or partnerships that you're wanting to focus on is what makes the difference here. Those of you that are just having fun, keeping it nice and light. Some of you could be dealing with somebody that wants to put a seriousness on it. So that could be a conversation you've had or a conversation you're going to have. Something with the stigmata energy with you, Geminis. I don't feel like that's your energy, but that could definitely be someone when it comes to you. For some of you, that could be this complexity. Whether it's religion with you, spiritual with you, Geminis, or philosophical. So those of you that enjoy hearing about other religions or you kind of look at it to figure out what that is all about if you're unaware of something. Some of you, that could be what you have to do for work. Some of you Geminis, that's kind of come to the forefront, especially those of you in HR or any of you that's had to deal with a situation that came up because of religious reasons, whether it's yours or not. You're like the peacekeeper vibe. You're like the one that kind of creates the opportunities too. So I feel like you're whatever you do, whatever you focus on, you bring a lot of inspiration to it. Whether it's some of y'all, it's not spiritual with you. It's just maybe philosophy. But damn, it's good work energy for you as well, Geminis. Some of you Geminis, in all seriousness, you could be just too busy with work to date, or you could be just too busy to even think about that. Those of you that are going to tell somebody you don't have time, it's not that you're not interested, but you wouldn't be able to put forth the time, energy, and effort needed to make a relationship work. This is far more a seriousness than it is just not being serious. Definitely retrograde vibes with you, Geminis. What's your favorite astrologer? Whatever that is. Some of y'all could be watching your Western. Some of y'all switching to your Vedic. Some of y'all could be doing it both. But, damn. What do you want when it comes to a relationship or partnership? The seriousness of it. I definitely feel like some of you Geminis have had that conversation, which is why things have changed for you. If you want to create a good relationship or partnership, you got to go into it with a serious right at the beginning. So if that seriousness isn't there, because once you're serious about what it is that you want, then you're able to look for what you need to in order to create those good, strong foundations moving forward. This is like the boring part of things, Geminis. For a lot of you, this is where you can start half-assing it and start making the wrong decisions, or you're not paying attention to something. Those of you, if you can't date because of work or whatever you got going on, being like honest with that. It's okay if you tell somebody, look, I don't have time right now. I probably wouldn't be able to give you the time and attention that you need. But, you know, if you're interested, maybe later. That's like a seriousness. That's like a grown-up way of looking at dating, at looking at your relationships or partnerships. A lot of good work opportunities coming in for you, Geminis, if you stay focused on this. So, damn Geminis. Ten of Swords there with the Queen of Wands. Definitely feel like someone knows that an opportunity is missed, or there's this sort of stuck, stagnant energy with you. I don't know, Geminis, for some of you, all that secondary energy could be like, if you got a cross-watcher, somebody's like cross-watching them. So some of y'all could just be dealing with messy people who have their own things going on. I do feel like that wants to show up in your readings, but, I mean, Tarot land is probably 75% cross-watching anyway, right? So take what's yours, leave what's not. This is a cool, balanced energy with you. Page of Wands there with the Two of Cups, and there's the Eight of Swords. There's the Leo. Lord have mercy, Geminis. If you're not a praying Geminis, some of y'all just send out your thanks. Be grateful and thankful. A lot of you avoid the sort of stagnation. Whoever the hell that King of Swords energy is with you. You got like a guidance energy. So I don't know if you're listening to a good podcast or you're listening to like whatever, whoever is bringing you like these words of wisdom. Geminis, this could be philosophy with you. Maybe some of y'all, if you're looking at different religions, there could be some sort of religious energy with you. It kind of feels like Zen. I don't know that too many of you are going to be doing like yoga or something. I think you'd get bored. But whatever you're listening to, so podcasts with you or TED Talks with you or books on tape, whatever your sort of choice is. Somebody knows that a relationship or partnership isn't going to happen. Geminis, I think a lot of you have come to that realization before somebody else. So move through that stagnant energy, Geminis, and you're going to be okay. I definitely feel like this is good retrograde energy with you too, Geminis. So whatever you're doing, stay focused on that. Whoever that King of Swords energy is with you, Geminis. But damn. Over top of all that, there is the Page of Cups. That's a sort of lucky vibe. Gemini, some of you learn like an Eastern philosophy quote. So whatever, if you like to quotes or you like to read quotes or listen to quotes, some of y'all find something like with the Eastern philosophy. It could be like Confucius or something like that. I don't know. This definitely feels like lucky blessings energy with you in a rather unconventional way. So keep them options open, Geminis. Keep this sort of energy. This is like a realistic approach to things too, Geminis. So some of you, this is far more serious. If you've had that conversation about the Ten of Cups and you're made a decision, so moving forward, before you even start a relationship or partnership, or especially there from the beginning, you're going to be paying far more attention than if you're just like out there half-assing dating. So this is, you're ready to settle down, you're ready to focus and, you know, create that happily ever after, whatever the fuck that is. But there's more of a seriousness to this with you. There's definitely failed relationships or partnerships. I don't feel like that's on your behalf, Geminis, but some of you with this upgrade that you're in, some of you being so busy, you don't have the time. So there's things that aren't. There are missed opportunities that for a lot of you were actually to your benefit. So take what's yours, leave what's not. So we have this Leo energy here. Definitely watch your favorite astrologer or philosopher or TED talker or podcaster. Whatever that is when it comes to you, Geminis, and it's going to be different for every one of you. It's like peaceful energy. It's a seriousness. A lot of stagnation, though. There's a lot of relationships or partnerships that's not coming to fruition. A lot of you, it was to your betterment. I definitely feel like you have somebody that's definitely sending you peace, love, and light, Geminis. I don't think you met this person. I don't think you know this person. For some of you, this could be whatever your philosophy is, Geminis. So if you believe in angels, or some of you, this is just some of this very interesting, but you have not met this person yet. This is like genderless too. Allow for a little bit of that mystery, Geminis. It makes you far more interesting. It makes things far more interesting. Speak less, listen more. Anything else for Geminis? Good education vibes on this too, Geminis. So there you got the Three of Cups. This is like the Three Sisters volcanoes out there in the Pacific Northwest. That's like the Pleiades constellation in the belt of Orion. Three of Swords. Geminis, you definitely are not a basic. So let me upgrade you here, Geminis. Knight of Cups. There you are, Geminis, and there's the Nine of Cups. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Again, that Nine of Cups. If you're going through something on a religious level, Geminis, or philosophy with you, this could be like the Last Supper vibes. But damn. There's that Page of Wands. There's a lot of passionate sort of opportunities wanting to come towards you, Geminis. Those of you that's turning those down, I think that kind of makes the difference there. So, you know, those that want like serious relationships or partnerships, but they're all about like the one night stands. They're all about like the passionate hookups, and nothing really goes anywhere. But then they cry and boo-hoo because, oh, I want real love. This is someone that wants romance, but kind of played out in an S&M type sort of fantasy vibe. And there's that magician energy. Some of you Geminis, this is going to bring you like a good work opportunity. Those of you Geminis that's doing work that you can't really discuss because there is something very interesting about it, definitely focus on this duality with you, Geminis. The religious vibes with you, some of y'all could just be looking at something. Some of y'all are going to get the chance to work for like a Christian network, and then you're going to go do like something for Netflix or something like that, where you can do whatever the fuck you want, right? Some of you are going to get that opportunity to show your duality with something. This is be mindful of that creative energy too. With that Nine of Cups there, it's kind of like the Last Supper vibes, but we've seen that played out at the Olympics, how that really didn't go over too well, although it wasn't like supposedly the Last Supper. It was another portrait. So, damn Geminis. This feels more like work in philosophy. You're complex, so hopefully there's some complexity to you, Geminis. What else do you have over this? Someone could get the chance to do like a horror film. And that may be something new for you. The Magician, there's the Six of Cups, and there's the Scorpio vibes. Ooh. Whatever you're going through now, Geminis, those of you, just send your thanks, be grateful, send out the blessings. If you're drawn to any like spiritual novenas, or some of y'all, you could be listening to sermons, or some of you could be looking at scripture or different things like that. Trust the vibe on something. Because there's a lot of peace, love, and light when it comes to you, Geminis. But what's with all this motherfucking energy with you? This is where it wants to go, Geminis. So be mindful of what you tap into, what you allow yourself to feel overwhelmed in. Sending you peace, love, and light. But damn, you got to make sure that that's what your focus is. Something don't work unless you kind of buy into it as well. So this is kind of interesting with you too, Geminis. Is that like astrological for Geminis? Geminis, definitely pay attention to your astrology if you haven't. I feel like your astrology is working as a good sort of blessings blocker as well. Some of you, this could be a Saturn or Jupiter influence on you. So a lot of you avoid this sort of stuck stagnant energy because it's kind of being taken out of your way. It's there's things that you're not seeing. There's things that you're not supposed to. There's like so much to this. King of Swords energy, and then you got the Scorpio vibes. I don't know your life, Geminis. Over top of that, yeah. So you choose your relationships, you choose your partnerships, you choose the amount of codependency. Those of you Geminis, that the Capricorn energy with you is like a good coach or a good teacher. This is you sitting down and taking the time to do what you need to do. So there's a seriousness to it. So if you promise yourself you're going to sit down for 30 minutes, an hour a day and focus on something, it's kind of like that. It's a regimented vibe with you, but it allows you to make like smart decisions and smart choices. If you're not living your life out loud, Geminis, a lot of you don't expect your readings to be like telling all your fucking shit. So be mindful of that energy too. I definitely feel like you got crosswatcher energy, but who the hell doesn't? That's life in general anymore. Yeah, over top of that is that Nine of Pentacles. So the seriousness in your relationships or partnership is going to be dependent upon the seriousness in which you go into those relationships or partnerships. So your attitude going in is going to be different than if you're just going to half-ass a relationship or partnership versus actually calling in a relationship or partnership and taking the time to let it have a natural flow to it. So it's kind of your choice. It's your choice. Sly Fox energy. Take what's yours, leave what's not, Geminis. Peace, love, and light on this. This is like really good. But it's probably boring, Geminis. It's probably boring. Good luck, God bless. Take what's yours and leave the rest, Geminis. Definitely watch your favorite astrologer. I feel like astrology is kind of helping you along with this. Gemini is the metronome energy. So if you're sitting down and taking the time to focus on something, that's that sort of regimented vibe with you with that Capricorn. That's a good teacher. Some of y'all could have a Capricorn who is like a good influence on you. And that's made the difference. It's kind of like a tough love energy. But the regimentedness of it is what you need, Geminis. It's keeping you focused. It's keeping you focused. Peace, love, and light, Geminis.